And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Craig Ramey.
Hi, I'm Megan Johnson.
And this is In the Know. This is a show we do every week from the campus here at Craven Community College, where we just talk about things happening at the college, around our community.
Sometimes flying by the seat of our pants.
We don't always know. We confirmed before the show today that we don't have a script.
Nope, we don't script it. I mean, I bring information because I can't memorize it, so I've got to, read it because
But we don't know where this thing's going.
No.
It's a train with no tracks.
And we are at the table with with our guests,
yes,
too.
We have Melissa Riggle with us today from the TDA, what's our full title here? Executive Director from the TDA, right?
The Craven County Tourism Development Authority.
That's
yes.
right.
Yes. Visit New Bern.
Yes, Visit New Bern is what people know more.
Correct.
Our ambassador to let everybody know all around the state and the country and the world all the great things that are happening.
Wow, it's a broad.
Global.
Yes.
Yeah.
Global. I like it.
That's part of it.
And of course, we have Zanetta, who's pulled her hair out a little bit this morning. Good morning, Zanetta.
Good morning.
Yep.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, so if you've ever taken a long weekend or had a couple of days of vacation and then came back to work.
This is her Monday.
And right off the bat, you had a whole bunch of stuff thrown at you. That's Zanetta today.
Yeah.
She had a great weekend, and then as soon as you walked in the door, I said, you got to do this, 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 and this. We got a show in an hour. And,
Yes.
And she's got it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And again, I'm going to say it again. She's Miss Half Marathon. I'm very proud of her. She set a goal, and she made it this weekend. So, woohoo, good for
Tell
you.
us about which half marathon you went to this weekend, Zanetta.
I was at the historic half in Fredericksburg. It's part of the Marine Corps Marathon events.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And she's in there working through some of the tech of the day as well, because we'll have another guest with us today. It's Matthew Clark from the LPGA tournament. And Melissa's going to be talking a little bit about that. And, of course, Matthew will be as well. So we'll bring him in a little bit on the phone. Megan's just looking at me like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he's going to be with us. And so Zanetta's just making sure we've got him ready to go for us when we switch over to that. But first, it's nonsense, right? We always start the show with nonsense.
Well, I got something better than nonsense. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, lay it on me.
It is wine time.
Wine time.
Not wine time, but wine time.
Okay.
Like wine.
Okay.
Yes. So today is National Wine Day. And of course, we cannot partake at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we also cannot partake on college campus. So I brought some fun facts and information. I'm just going to lay this on out.
Okay. Is this a wine towel?
No, I just pulled it out of my linen closet.
Okay.
It's just a fun little vintage napkin that I found.
Okay.
So you like beer more than wine.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean,
you like wine.
I drink wine too. Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So wine has been enjoyed by humans for thousands of years. The natural likeness for this drink is not only because of its wonderful taste, but also because of its nutritional value. I'm going to hold on to that one, and its psychotropic effects.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Is that another word for like get you buzzed up? Is that what that means?
I'm sure. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what the doctor says.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is a day for wine enthusiasts to unite and celebrate our favorite fermented fruit juice.
Okay.
All right. So, since its been establishment in 1812 by Spanish missionaries, California wine country in the northern Bay Area of Northern California was dominated in American wine production, and their personal vision was to be the elegant American vineyard. Now, back in 1974 in California, which was actually interesting, the year that my family left San Jose to go to Georgia was in 1974, there were only 25 vineyards in California. How many do you think there are now?
5,000.
800, over 800, they said. So that was a bit. But
math is not my strong suit, Megan.
Well, but U.S. wine production, you're very close.
Okay.
Now in the U.S., there's over 4,000 wineries, and across, let's see, wineries exist across U.S. with at least 3 in every state. Mm-hmm. Now, North Carolina has a lot of wineries, as you probably know. What do you think? This is interesting. Wineries. The most frequent visited winery today by over 1 million people annually is?
Is this in North Carolina?
It happens to be.
Biltmore.
Biltmore. Mm-hmm. So the Biltmore Estates in Asheville, North Carolina is the #1 visited winery in all of the United States. I think that is fascinating.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
They do a good job with their marketing of tying it into the ticket as well, and that's a part of of the experience for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, have you been to the Duplin Winery just south of us?
No.
No. It's sweet wines, muscadine, and ooh, I lost my earbud.
You did.
That's all right. It's still attached to the back of me.
I'm not surprised by the growth though, with wineries and with breweries, and we've seen that success here in New Bern as well, right?
It's a huge tourist asset for many cities, so it's not surprising.
So, and you'll see in here, I brought a wine glass, and this actually is from Seven Springs Farm and Vineyard, and this is one of 4 Black family-owned wineries.
Okay.
We stumbled on it. Gary and I did, and it's in Norlena, North Carolina. It's a beautiful little site. I was like, we stumbled on it, and it's just enjoyed a nice little afternoon. The family was just a treat to be with, and they of course had special events. We happened to show up on a Saturday while they were celebrating the grandmother's birthday, so the whole family was there, and it was potluck, and it was just really kind of cool. So that was kind of fun. So. History, 41 BC, 4100 BC, sophisticated wine production in Armenia. They actually have record of that. That's a long darn time ago.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they've gotten it right by now.
Well, archaeologists discovered evidence of winemaking in Armenian caves that included cups and jars for holding wine presses and vats for fermentation, and even grape seeds and vines. Now, wouldn't that be cool if they could get the DNA from those? I wonder how different the grapes would taste from.
It's got to taste better now than
you think so?
I do.
Okay. So in 1964 at the World's Fair in New York, what do you think became very popular? What kind of a wine? It's very fruity and kind of summery.
I have no.
Strawberry.
Sangria.
Sangria.
Sangria. Yeah. So it was introduced to the U.S. in the 1940s, became popular in 1964. So this is a great time to go ahead and get family and friends together and uncork their favorite bottle of wine. We're going to talk a little bit more about it this weekend, but the streets are going to close down for our
Street
al
cafes.
fresco and street cafes. And I know tonight they're doing a wine tasting at the, I think I'm going to call it wrong, Wine and Cork Bar and Bistro down
Cork?
on
Just Cork?
Cork. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They're having
you
a
been
wine
there?
tasting today.
I have not,
Yeah.
but
They have really good food.
yep.
Yeah, they really do.
I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
great things about it.
What's the optimal temperature for storing wine?
67 degrees.
55.
Okay.
60.
She keeps hitting me with
I
the
know.
numbers. It's not my strong suit.
How many gallons of wine go into a single barrel? 60. I'm just going to tell you because you said your
It's
numbers aren't.
numbers, yeah.
How there's 10,000 number of different varieties of grapes that are grown worldwide. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
7 million is the number of gallons of wine produced in the U.S. in 2020. 7 million gallons.
I believe it.
That's a lot. And I wonder if it went up because 2020 was that COVID time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it kind of, okay.
Yeah, I think the breweries and the wineries did quite well during
And
COVID. Yeah.
88 billion is the estimated value of the U.S. wine in the market in 2020. And then there was something else fun I wanted to tell you about. Oh, corks. Do you know where corks mostly come from? Natural corks, and I brought some.
A cork tree?
A cork tree. I want to say, I don't want to tell you wrong.
I have your corks right here.
Okay. I don't want to tell you wrong.
What is this thing?
Gadgets. That was what I was going to tell you about. So,
Gadgets?
gadgets.
It reminds me of
Portugal.
a submarine.
So
right?
almost 70% of wine bottles are sealed with natural cork, and the majority of the cork comes from Portugal. There we go. So one of the other things you might want to do is to learn a little bit about gadgets. So this is actually a wine barrel spigot or valve. Nope, it goes on the side. On the side.
you stick it inside like
Stick in
that.
the side of the
Okay,
barrel.
gotcha.
Yep. So this is a
Oh, yeah,
vintage.
and then that opens it up?
It's a vintage tap,
Yeah, okay.
basically. And some of them have corks where you can pull up and then it flows down. So if you look, there's a marking on it. It says Golden Gate, I believe. Can you see it?
Yes.
So it says Golden Gate.
it
So
right
I'm
there.
assuming it came from the California wine country. And I just
Cool.
found that at a wine store. So do you know what this is? Anybody see it? It says press here.
Is that for Boxo wine?
It's Box Bordeaux wine.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
its natural cork. So,
Nice.
and then of course I brought some wine stoppers. These are silicone. If you've never had these before, these are great. You can get them around town here. I think Nautical Wheeler has them. The Olive Oil store in Middle Street has them too. I'd say I have like 3 of these. They don't get used a lot in my house because wine stoppers are for
when you have
for
some
quitters.
I got you. I got you.
So that's about all I got for wine today. But go enjoy wine is something to sip. This is something to enjoy the flavor. Close your eyes, smell, see what you can go all over the world. Go find something brand new that you've never tried, and see what it tastes like.
Yep. And talking about the enjoying the dining experience, I do want to make sure that we talk about the streets being open starting this weekend. Is that what you were saying,
That's
Melissa?
right. Yeah,
and it's for the whole summer, or tell us about that.
So Tuesday night it was approved at the Board of Aldermen meeting for the street request for closure, or for us to create street cafes with that. So Friday nights at 6 o'clock we will start, or the restaurants will be able to put their tables and chairs in the streets and create that culinary experience that's outdoors that have really been, I think, a fan favorite since COVID. I mean, we started that in the height of COVID because of a necessity, and it really just became such a charming, just another asset and amenity that our community is taking advantage of and our visitors and our guests love.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would prefer to sit outside and people watch and enjoy the open air while they eat if they can.
Yes.
Right? If the weather's right and there's room for it.
This year we'll start, of course, Friday at 6 and go through the end of June. And then we're going to take off July and August because it gets very hot. And we'll come back in September, every Friday night in September, and then we'll stop again for the fall. So that's a new schedule, a modified schedule. The time has been modified to 6 o'clock. We've got a few new participating restaurants that'll be involved this year. So Cypress is involved, Baxter's, Poppy's, and Chelsea have definitely committed. And then
and is that portion new in the footprint, the Pollock Street part?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yep, good call. So that's new. In addition, the Swiss Bear in the city will still put out the giant chessboards, and the businesses will put out their cornhole boards. The Board of Aldermen also made the request to have an additional food vendor or food truck, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of times if you're a family with young kids walking around enjoying that experience, you may not have time or want to sit down with a 3-year-old like I would on a Friday night and have a nice meal. So something on the go makes a little bit more sense.
And we've also seen that it's such a popular thing that a lot of times if you're walking around downtown, there may be a wait list or you may not be able to sit down exactly when you want to.
So
and
it's just,
food truck would help with that too.
Just adds another level, another layer of things that you can enjoy while you're down there for whatever reason. But, it's really provided, I think, the community a really great experience. It's safe. It's a great place to come and enjoy our downtown. Whatever, the family budget is, whatever you've got going on. I mean, you can really take some time on a Friday and come out and really be a part of this community. And that's what I think our residents really enjoyed about it. And then our visitors just come in and they love the look and the ambiance. And, like you said, to your point, dining outside is definitely enjoyable. And when you have a streetscape like we do in downtown, I think it's definitely a win.
Yeah.
Will they also add the live music elements too, like they've have in the past?
Yeah, Cypress has been, they rotate in some acoustical music here and there in their schedule, so I'm sure that will come back again. Baxter's, Vaughn Lewis and Tyler, they're with all their talent and their connections, I know that they've got some things up their sleeve as well as far as entertainment goes. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's really exciting, and we're ready for it. And we've seen already from the social media posts that have gone out a lot of really great comments that people are ready for this to come back.
That's great.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I know that's a group effort with a lot of different people, but I know in your role with Visit New Bern, that's really a part of what you're always trying to do is to try and create opportunities to showcase all the great assets that we have and to get people to come to Craven County, stay in our hotels, dine in our restaurants, right? I mean, that's at the core of what you do at the CVB or Visit New Bern.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
And, so many things that we're hearing and learning about with today's traveler and today's visitor, they want to come in and experience our local community and our local flavor. And the hospitality that we have here is above everyone else. I mean, I think we are one of the best communities and most welcoming here in North Carolina. And so when they come in and they see that, I mean, that's just truly something you can't get other places. And it keeps us having a competitive edge against other destinations. And I think that's what makes us the most premier destination in North Carolina.
And I'm sure part of that effort is one of the reasons why we have you on the show here today is to talk about this upcoming tournament. Because I don't know as much about it, but I know you've been instrumental in pulling it together and working with Matthew Clark from the LPGA tournament.
That's right.
So can you give us just a little bit of an overview of kind of how this started?
So Matt will give a lot better, kind of background and details on how he, came to the talking with Matt Williams or Mark Williams at the Taberna and, selecting that course. But when we first were presented with this opportunity, of course, we jumped right on it from the visitor standpoint to just also, having this prestigious kind of tournament and something of this caliber. We were really excited and we wanted to do everything that we could to help. So we helped in terms of kind of laying the groundwork logistically with hotel rooms. We've tried to provide as much support as we can in terms of volunteer recruitment. Anybody who's ever hosted an event knows that, your volunteers are the critical piece of that. And for this tournament, the Epson tournament was nothing. It was definitely another critical point was the volunteers, of course. So we just started with them a few months back, started talking with Matt about what we could do to help. The Epson Tour, it's the Champions Fore Change. So the ladies tour and the platform behind it is really something that we were excited to lean into, which was, encouraging female athletes and empowering women. And so, of course, that was really something that was very easy to connect to. And that we were excited to have in our community. We haven't had something like that before. So it's just really been an all hands on deck. We've, from talking with the Taberna folks, we have certainly put our, blocks and hotel rooms out there so that these guests can come. There's about 144 players that are signed up to play in the Invitational. They're going to be staying all throughout Craven County. We also assisted in helping get some host families for these players, so they'll get to come in and stay with some of our residents, which I think is just a really cool experience. And like I said, the volunteer piece was really, there was about 150 volunteers that were needed to really make this, to execute this event. It's May 29th through June 4th. So, a few-day event is going to be a lot of boots on the ground. But I've been very proud of our community. We've really stepped up. I think we talked with Matt yesterday, and we were around 115 volunteers already committed to being there. So I like that. I think it's rising, and again, just shows the true hospitality and the true nature of our community.
Yeah.
Now, is this something that's ticketed? I'm not a golf aficionado, so I don't. So share with me, because I would love to go and see this and support it, but tell me how does that work?
Well, and if Matt's on, he could give a better kind of
Let's bring Matt
layout.
In okay, cool. Matt, are you there and you can hear us okay?
Hey, yes, I'm here. Yes, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, just jump right into answering the question about the tickets and how people can come out and watch. So tournament admission is free. So it's the competitive rounds are next Friday through Sunday, June 2nd through the 4th. And our tournament admission is free, and that's courtesy of Carolina East Healthcare, who's our ticket and main gate sponsor. So they stepped up to support that and open it up for the community to come out and watch some golf next weekend.
This sounds fun. A lot of people have probably never been to watch a golf tournament before.
Like me.
Yep. So, give us a little bit of idea of what we can expect if we go out to watch the tournament.
Yeah, well, you're going to be blown away by the talent of these athletes. I mean, these are the Epson Tour is the official qualifying tour of the LPGA. So what that means is, these are the next up-and-coming stars of the LPGA. These are players that are mostly, a year or two out of college and are trying to achieve their dream of playing golf at the highest level. And the Epson Tour is sort of how they get onto the LPGA. So the top 10 players on our season-long money list, they graduate up to the LPGA for the following season. So we've had a couple of players just very, very recently. Nelly Korda played on this tour a couple of years ago. She's the top-ranked American golfer in the world. She won the Olympic gold medal. And there's countless other players that have, won majors on the LPGA, won tournaments on the LPGA that have played on this tour just in the last couple of years. And no doubt there will be some superstars of the future playing right there in New Bern next week.
I'm looking at the poster, and
that's
I
up.
see Carly Cox is on there, and we want to support our East
take a
Carolina Pirates. She's an alumni, so that's really awesome. You want me to hold it?
Yeah.
Hold
Got a
this
few
up.
of them, but
So there she is. So she'll be on the tour as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Great poster, by the way. It's
I've
nice
got a
and
few.
heavy.
I'll leave these
Yeah,
here as well.
Absolutely. We'll put them up around campus. It is a nice poster.
So people will be able to see some golfers that are going to be much bigger in a couple, already doing great, but of course they'll be more well-known, be nationally recognized. I assume there will be opportunities for people to meet and greet some of the players as well, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that's great about our tour and our events is we don't have, ropes all the way along the fairways. And so, if you're out there as a spectator, you have really tremendous access and interaction with our athletes. And, they're really, really engaging and really fun to be around. And I think they're just happy to, have any level of spectator presence out there and having people cheering them on, and it really motivates them. And so it's a great opportunity. And Melissa mentioned some of the host families and people that are volunteering, and these are people that are going to have really a unique experience to get to know these athletes and know their story and learn about where they come from. And the 144 players we've got in the field, we'll have about 30 different countries represented of players coming from, all around the world, really, to play on this tour and play in this event.
144 players, you said?
144 players, yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot. That's more than I would have expected. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that the talent, and the caliber of event that this is. I mean, we certainly all, stakeholders, everybody that's been involved has recognized that, and we have been doing everything we can to be as accommodating as possible because we would like this event to continue. We would like this to be, just an annual, hosting these things. These events. This is something that we've been working towards, sports tourism, and having a partner like Matt and LPGA is kind of one of the things that we've been striving for. So everybody from Taberna and all of the folks there have been doing a tremendous job in getting everything ready and getting the course ready and opening up and being as accommodating as possible. Andy and his team at the airport are also bringing in larger airplanes during that time frame so that anybody flying in with all of their equipment will have plenty of room. So that, we were kind of trying to anticipate needs and their expectations so that they're all very happy with their experience here too as far as the players go.
Matt, let me ask you another question about the ticket. So is the ticket purchased ahead of time? Can you do it at the clubhouse, or is the ticket only good for that day? Share a little bit more about, you said it was free, which is fantastic. So thank you for what you said, Carolina East, for being a sponsor for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, really, because it's free, there really isn't even necessarily a physical ticket. You kind of just show up. There'll be, some signage directing you where to park and, main entrance and welcome signage and all that stuff. And, you can really just walk right in and watch some golf next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It's fantastic.
And there's still opportunities to volunteer if anybody is interested. I don't know what the current number is where you are with that, but if you go through the Visit New Bern's website, our calendar of events has all of the tournament sites listed, so you can go on and see what's available. So if anybody is interested, we would still love to have some volunteers as well.
Okay. Matt, does will the tournament continue during rain? Is it a rain and shine, or is it just in case it gets dangerous, then it stops? How does that work?
Yeah, so we'll play through rain as long as there's no lightning or dangerous weather. If there's lightning in the area, we'll suspend play and bring everyone inside and wait it out. But the golf course should be in fantastic shape. So as long as the golf course doesn't go underwater, a little rain isn't going to stop things. But we've had all sorts of weather conditions you could possibly imagine ever seeing in your life that I think I've witnessed at our events. So sometimes it seems like we bring it with us. So hopefully we'll have some beautiful eastern North Carolina weather next week.
Well, if it's not, just wait 15 minutes. It'll change.
I was just about to say, we all know.
Yeah, just give it 15 minutes.
Yeah. This is true.
So, Matt, can you talk to me a little bit more about the Champions for Change portion of this tour? So it's the Champions for Change. I assume that's not just the New Bern portion. That's part of the full tour for Epson Tour as well, right?
No, so that's the name of this tournament specifically. So we sort of did this event, a typical model that our events operate under is there's a title sponsor that sort of, writes the check for the purse, the prize money for all the players. And so we sort of did this event as to sort of give a platform to some of our national partners and to talk about sort of the diversity of the tour, the global diversity of the tour, and sort of some of the programs that the LPGA has going on, just all across our organization to help, as we call it, help change the face of the game, help get more girls and women involved in the sport. And so, the Champions for Change Invitational is really all about, giving a platform to highlight the work of the Epson Tour and our partners and their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So it's really not that it's, only specific to this tournament, but we're really using this tournament as a platform to highlight that.
Yeah, that's great. So, and talk to us a little bit about some of the locations that you have been to on this tour already and what you're expecting or looking forward to out of New Bern that you haven't been able to get at some of the other locations.
Yeah, well, our tour, we played 22 events this year, and we're all across the U.S. from California, Arizona, Florida, New York, Michigan. We're out in Indiana, Idaho, Oregon. We're all over the place, right? So we play in, very different communities, different size cities. And, I think we played last year actually over in Kinston, North Carolina, not too far away. And, I think the thing that really stood out there, and I've certainly experienced it so far working with Melissa and everyone there in New Bern, is just the hospitality and how excited everyone is to have us coming to town and wanting to be a part of the event, whether it's, volunteering or hosting or sponsoring a pro-am team. We're having a women's leadership day that's going to include a luncheon and a clinic and just all these different ways that we have for people to get involved, and seeing how excited everyone is to be a part of it is, I think is definitely something that stands out.
Okay, that's great. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to come and watch this tournament too, just not just the hospitality welcoming part, but the participatory part of it as well. So once again, this tour or this current tournament is May 29th through June 4th, right? And for people who want to participate, what's as far, not play in it, of course, but people who want to either volunteer or help or watch it or anything like that, what's the point of direction you want to send everybody to get any additional information there?
Yeah, so we have a website for our tournament. It's called champsforechange.com, and it's "for" is FORE, so
Okay.
it's champsforechange.com.
like
So
the
we've got
play on
all our
words.
information on there about, volunteering and just generally the tournament itself, what the tour is, and everything can be found on that website there.
And the times that everything happens and whatever associated events you have with it and all that stuff.
Yeah, we've got a schedule of events on there and all that. So, yeah, it should be anything that anyone needs to know will be on that website there.
That sounds great.
It is.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Matt, thanks so much for bringing this tournament to New Bern and Craven County. Is there anything else about the upcoming tournament that you want to let us know before we have to move on to the next part of the show here?
No, I would just say thank you for having me on and giving the opportunity to talk about the event, and would just encourage all your listeners to come out and watch some golf next weekend.
Fantastic.
All right, sounds
Matt,
great.
we wish you great success this coming event, and we also invite you back to Craven County. There's a lot of other beautiful golf courses,
There you go, yeah.
golf courses, and country
I'm a member
clubs.
at the golf place. I
At
don't
the
know if
golf
you know
place,
that.
yes. So we do welcome you back, and again, great success for this.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a good one, Matt.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, this is exciting,
That is
Melissa.
awesome.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
So
yeah.
how long have you been working on this project?
So it's been a few months now.
Yeah.
We heard about it and been talking with the folks for the golf pro, Mark Williams at Taberna, for a while, and had to wait for an official press release from the LPGA. As soon as that hit, it was on LinkedIn, it was on our Visit
Yeah.
New Bern. We sent it to Visit North Carolina. So excited about it, and like I said, it's really it's an honor to have a group like this, the talent that we'll
Yeah.
see, and then just what it
That's
all
like
stands
it's
for.
like a
what it
really big deal.
It
I mean, it's not just like you said, it's not just a tournament. This is like a big deal.
Yeah, we're anticipating, not only the 144 players, but their families, their
course.
spouses, their partners coming in, and then a lot of people regionally going to come into our market to watch it. So this is a huge opportunity for us from a tourism standpoint for regional tourism, hopefully global one day. But it really is, and we are not taking it lightly. We're doing everything we can, and we have gotten a lot of great partners involved. The chamber's been amazing at sending out information to the volunteers, to their membership. The downtown council stepped up when we started talking about this to the merchants and all of the folks downtown. They wanted the volunteer links. The Historic District Residents Association asked for it. So many different groups, and so that's where I come back to. I mean, you can't find people in another community like ours that really step up and really roll out the red carpet for all groups. So it's a point of pride for sure.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, awesome that Taberna was able to have this as well, and in their location. It's a beautiful neighborhood, and
it is.
Good people. And
what I've learned is that Taberna, it was originally built and created to be a championship course like this and to host nationally televised events.
Really?
There are.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
They were talking about the way that it was created and built, that there were certain areas for press and things that they had anticipated and had left room for. So it was because when we first talked about this and looking at Taberna, it was like you said, there are a lot of golf places. Don't choke. What made Taberna the one, and not only a beautiful neighborhood, but in starting to learn about it, it really was designed that way to be the course for us to have these the televised events, which was amazing. So. And their team, I know, has done, just continuing to put everything together to make this very successful and to make sure that they put their best foot forward. So.
And I know that our community has really grasped around that other nonprofit, First Tee, trying to get young grade school students to learn the game of golf, because that is one of those sports that it was really kind of seen as a retiree person.
Right.
And those people, as they passed, a lot of country clubs closed because they couldn't support it. So this was a great way, and I love the fact that he is, or not he, Matt, but this Champion Fore Change is really focused on the female empowerment as well. So I think that's really neat. And I know even locally, like our New Bern High School has a very good female golf team, and they play out at Taberna.
They do, and being ECU alumna as well, I know ECU is really strong with their golf team, and NC State. I mean, there's throughout the state. I know we've got a really great golf program, and I feel like the past few years, seeing even the Masters, the face of golf has gotten a lot more diverse and a lot younger, and so it's really becoming a sport that I think people are connecting more with. It's not just one demographic like the retirees.
It's changing.
It's
growing.
changing, yeah. So it's something that, like I said, we were excited to lean into, and we're very proud that our community has as well.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna have to go out there and learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, go show them what's what.
What's what?
Yeah.
I know I won't.
Well, we were saying that Carly is making us all want to be golfers, and we wanted to get the golf gear and go out there and look the part.
Absolutely.
If nothing else.
It looks like a fun outfit.
It does look like a fun outfit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could pull it off, but I would attempt it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Get my hot pink visor. I do have one.
This is what we're talking about, just in case.
You're just tuning in.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a
Very
good outfit.
good.
You should get one.
I will. I will.
Okay, so we've got to talk about a few things happening around town
Absolutely.
this weekend, right? In the
Yes.
next few days. So that's what we do at the end of every show. We just kind of run through a little weekend planner of what's going on. So.
And if Melissa, if you want to stick by, so that way if there's something you want to plug at the end if we miss something, okay?
Thanks.
All right.
So I'm first, right?
You kick it off, man.
Okay. We do have a script. Okay. Movie in the Park. Movie in the Park, May 25th. Hey, when is that? And I need to know my days of the week. That's today. Okay. Let's make sure we know today's date. Movie in the Park today at 7:30 p.m. Havelock City Park. Grab a blanket and chairs and join us in the park for Spider-Man: No Way Home. With Spider-Man. Yeah. With Spider-Man's identity now revealed. Wait, they know?
Who?
Peter asks Doctor Strange for help. When a spell goes wrong, dangerous foes from other worlds start to appear, forcing Peter to discover what it truly means to be Spider-Man. This movie will start at dusk.
Spider-Man.
Doing the things that a spider can. He's Spider-Man. Here comes the Spider-Man. Right.
I shot my web.
You did. Nobody saw it because we have the graphic up on the screen. So can we cut to Megan so everybody can see her and her fantastic Marvel level skills? Very good.
All right.
$20 million.
Now we're going to go Footloose on the Noose. Okay, May 26th. That would be tomorrow at 6:30, Union Point Park. Join us for the Trent Cadillac GMC Footloose on the Noose Summer Concert Series. This event is free. Bring a blanket or chair and enjoy great music in the park. Pets must be on a leash. No coolers. Food trucks will be available. It's presented by the New Bern Parks and Recreation. For info, call 252-639-2901 or visit our website, www.newbernnc.gov. This month's band is Carolina Dreamers.
I'm not familiar with them. Do you
I'm
know,
not.
Yeah.
But it
Okay.
sounds fun.
Yeah, sure.
Go
I'm
bust
sure,
a move.
Go bust a move.
Go bust a move. Footloose.
Oh, boy.
Shush.
That's what their marketing says. It says, come see the Carolina Dreamers. Bust a move. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Also, 4th Annual Leander Lee Morgan Memorial Golf Classic, May 27th at Harbor Point Golf Club. The New Bern Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated is proud to sponsor its 4th Annual Mayor Leander Lee Morgan Memorial Golf Classic. It is a privilege of the chapter to be able to honor our fraternity brother. This is marketing from them because I'm not in that chapter. In this way, as well as support our community, benefiting the NBA Scholarship Fund and local community service events. Your support is greatly appreciated. Donations are accepted: $75 per adult golfer, $300 per foursome, and $45 per child ages 10 to 17. Visit the event listing on visitnewbern.com for the Eventbrite page to register. And I'll go ahead and do a visitnewbern.com plug for Melissa there. If you're ever looking for anything to do in our community, that's really the primary source to go to. If you have an event that you want to do, everybody often wants to have their own event calendar, and that's great, and they should. But you should also submit your events to visitnewbern.com so that if somebody is coming from outside of town, that is going to be the first place that they're going to look. And if you live here in town
And you want people to do something.
and if you want people to do something, that is also going to show up for them. So send your events there first.
Thank you.
And I'm going to let Melissa do our next one.
Sure. So we have the Epson Tour, the Champions Fore Change Invitational. It starts May 27th and goes all the way through June 4th at Taberna. As we've learned and heard better from Matt Clark, but the Champions Fore Change Invitational is a new tournament that celebrates the work of the tour and its partners and their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Epson Tour and its partners are continuously working to support the dreams of athletes around the world and provide the best opportunities to grow both their careers and the game of golf. The Champions Fore Change Invitational is a great way to showcase the talent on the road to the LPGA and celebrate the multitude of various nationalities represented on the tour. The professional young women that will be participating will bring inspiration for the youth and women in Eastern North Carolina to play this wonderful game. The field will consist of 144 athletes, including Epson Tour members and special exemptions. The winner of the MAC Champ Invitational, a tournament for the game's best junior golfers of diverse backgrounds, will be invited to compete on the big stage, as well as the winners of the National Women's Collegiate Golf Championship and the PGA Works Collegiate Championship. So there is also, as Matt spoke as well, the format's 54 holes. There's a purse of $200,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, yes.
You going to learn how to play golf and get an outfit
I'm
now?
going to get that hot pink
That's
visor
great.
out.
And this wasn't on there, but do want to acknowledge again Carolina East for stepping up. I mean, they're just a tremendous support and continue to be such a critical sponsor and partner and champion for New Bern and for our community. And so I just wanted to make sure that we know that they're making it accessible for everybody to come in and enjoy this great tournament.
Absolutely. Zanetti, you may have to help me with this one. So Crew Poll from Nine Limbs Strikers Academy will be here June 1st. That'll be our next podcast. Thailand's National Muay Thai. Did I say it right?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Okay. Champion will join us next week to discuss the Thailand's national sport. Join us live 9 a.m. next Thursday on Facebook or catch the replay on YouTube. Join the conversation. Make sure that you comment throughout the episode and ask questions. And if you would like to be on the show in the future, please reach out to Zanetta or Craig and I. Or if you've put a comment on there, we'll reach out to you.
Yeah, post a comment. We also have on our website at the college, cravencc.edu/inthe-know. You can find old episodes, figure out how to connect with us on social media, request to be on the show, all that fun stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Join our fan club. So far, membership is 0.
Do we have one?
No.
It's just our mothers.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Is he going to do any Muay Thai demos next week?
Yeah, I can have her do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take you down. No, that's not happening. Okay. All right.
Bust a move.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Very good. So that is Memorial Day weekend.
That is the most dangerous of all Muay Thai moves is the
Bust a move.
Yeah.
So it is Memorial Day weekend, so please be extra safe out there. Do enjoy friends and family. Do remember the reason why we have the day off on Monday. And do you have anything else to share, Craig?
No, other than we are currently enrolling students for fall semester. Summer started on Monday, and so now anybody who is wanting to, start their degree, whether they want to do a transfer degree at Craven or whether they want to look at some of our career programs, health programs, workforce development, we have lots of things going on right now.
Correct. Lots and lots of stuff. Things do not slow down here at Craven Community
Yeah.
College
And
in
part
the
of what-
summertime.
and because we know people start at different times, we always have different enrollment periods going on. So the easiest thing to do is if you're looking to do some sort of a change, then you just come down here, talk to us, and we'll tell you what your options are, what your financial aid options may be, your scholarships may be, and your easiest point of entry to get going.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Melissa, anything else to share?
No, I thank you for inviting me again. It's always a pleasure and it's always so
Yeah.
much fun.
you're-
Never know what to expect.
Yeah, we love having you on the show.
No,
You're a
I
treat
love
in the
it.
morning. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and thank you for giving us this platform to come in and talk about this great event, and for all the plugs about Visit New Bern. There are tons of events. You hit on a lot of really great ones, but the calendar does show everything that's happening Memorial Day weekend. We hope everybody has a safe one, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the tournament and out in our street
Out and about.
cafes.
Yeah, street cafes this weekend. There's special other events we didn't talk about, like the theater still has a show going on, so go out and support local. And I don't have any big plans, do you?
Well, yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
except your show.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I'm going to Hillsboro. I've got my mother-in-law and father-in-law have their 50th wedding anniversary, so we're doing a little event for
How
them too.
exciting. That's wonderful.
Nice.
Well, congratulations to
should be
them.
fun.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I say let's just wait and see you guys next. Oh, my gosh. In June. Can you believe that? We're going to be June 1st, next podcast.
I'm ready for it.
I'm not sure. It's flying by way too fast. But that being said, we will see you next week. So in the meantime, you stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. And all right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.